what is spiritual wife? We've been hearing about spiritual wife, we've been hearing about spiritual husband, and we've been hearing on how they operate. Now I want to ask the devil, how do you afflict this thing called spiritual wife in the lives of people? If you enter into the internet, the social media, you will see a lot of things happen that will scare you. Where a woman will be sleeping with herself unconsciously with a man unconsciously, and you begin to ask, is this one okay? Is this one mad? But if you look at the spiritual, she's having sex with somebody, she's having an affair, she's having fun with a spirit man. So how does that happen? Let's know from the devil. Let's also know how he managed to achieve this. So let's hear you, sir.
Oh, okay. That area of spiritual wife
Okay.
or spiritual husband,
Yeah.
the truth of the matter people doesn't understand is that there is no scripture in the Bible that talk about or that illustrate about spiritual wife and spiritual husband.
Okay.
So how I managed to achieve that, number one, is your mindset.
All right.
As a man or as a woman, anything that you are thinking on daily basis matters a lot.
All right.
If you are the type that always desire to make love with a woman, to sleep with a woman,
Yeah.
almost all the time in your dream, woman will be appearing to you, because
Okay.
that is what that you are always desiring. That is number one
Okay.
side of spiritual wife and spiritual husband. So if you are always conceiving woman, thinking about woman in your heart,
Okay.
then when you are sleeping, I will bring those things that you are conceiving in your dream. I have millions of spirits that can come and make love to you in the dream. When you wake up, you call it your spiritual wife and your spiritual husband.
All right.
Then secondly, the real and the main spiritual wife and husband comes from covenant. There is no scripture, there is no any other way spiritual wife or spiritual husband operates. They are just covenants that your forefathers have entered unknowingly to you.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. You heard what the devil just said, and I want to throw more light into this. He said with your mindset, right? You said that, right?
Yeah.
With your mindset. Now, anytime you have such thoughts in you, it attracts them. Anytime you have such thoughts, like most times you see a woman's body, and the next thing your body starts shaking. There's every tendency you sleep that night, and they will come to have sex in the dream. I remember those days when we were still growing up as a young teenager, where we will watch these American movies, and that same night we will sleep and we see ourselves as if we are the one shooting the guns, as if we are the one fighting the other people. So these things are real. Look what the devil is saying. So whenever you have such thoughts in you, and you accumulate such thoughts in you, you find out that the devil uses it against you. That's one of the things that brings us spiritual husbands and spiritual wives. The devil said, number one, he said he uses your mindset. He works with your mindset. So you should know that and always think positive, not negative. And number two, he said, as a result of the covenant that has been entered, that our fathers brought us into. Now, most of our mother, our parents worship water, goddess water, like the marine spirit, the spirit that's the goddess mother. I don't know how they call these things. Yeah, and most of them they covenanted themselves with this water goddess, and they say even our children will serve you.
We marry you.
Even our children will marry you. Even our children will live to serve you. Now, if you're not this kind of person, there's no how you can. There's no way of escape.
No, we can't escape
Until you break that covenant.
If he's ready to break it.
If only you are ready to break it. Until you are tired, and you cannot break out unless you are tired. If you are not tired, if you are not ready to break out, this thing cannot leave you. It's a covenant, and there are so many things attached to covenants. So if you don't stand to break it, it still lingers, even to your children, even to the ones to come. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I want you to understand this and work against that thing, that spirit that I've been fighting. It is not normal.